and it was good, but they're just like, I think we have a good idea against Enchantress. We have done it before, but maybe just the Bloodseeker wasn't the right one, so they just switched to the Spectre.
Ooh, the instant TP to counter the Spectre though.
This is such an interesting shift. Picking your carry first, your core position.
Ame loves this matchup though.
Yeah. I think every TB player does. It's just like so favorable.
Yeah.
Every time you want to come into TB, you just sunder him.
And they're going to ban the Zeus and the Pugna more than likely, right? On the side of LGD.
Or they're really scared of it, the Tinker.
But if you guys know that this is one of the favorite matchups for LGD, surely OG knows that if they first pick Spectre, there's going to be a Terrorblade.
Yeah, but they want to go back to their comfort zone. Like, last game, I think, as March already mentioned, they weren't really in their comfort zone, with the carry at least. Like, he played okay, but you could see he was, like, uncomfortable. Like a very seasoned Bloodseeker player would have gone for, like, different items. He wouldn't have gone for that Radiance, which is, like, very mainstream nowadays. So a lot of people just go for it without really thinking too much about it.
I was starting to think about it more, too. I think he was really... I think the reason he might have gone for it was he's really relying on the globals to be, like, perfect, so they can run in and not be worried about everything. But, yeah, it's...
Yeah. But we have seen the Spectre. I personally believe Enchantress should completely destroy the Spectre lane. But when they played against EG, he actually had like the most CS in the game against the Enchantress lane, so maybe they figured out some magic that we haven't. But on paper, the matchup is really bad.
It happened a lot of times, and then I kind of want to watch the replay and see like the tactics, how he did it. But it's been like consistent where Ana does really well against this Enchantress lane. Even though they were losing the lanes last game, Bloodseeker had like 30 CS with Enchantress lane.
We'll have to make up for it. So LGD got push power, they got late game. Looking for two supports, the FY. What's a good FY hero here?
It's not so popular in this meta, but the Clockwork will be amazing with Silence and Earthshaker so far. And then it does really well with Enchantress in the laning phase. But it's not so good against the Spectre at the moment. You can just dagger out of it. And who knows, Oji might pick really good cores against this.
What needs to happen for us to see an FY rip again?
I was thinking the same thing, I was hoping.
Because there's an Earthshaker, you know, it's a good one. Fingers crossed.
It's possible, we don't know what they're thinking, but they prefer the position 4 teamfight heroes rather than like the Rubik, which is more like a reactive hero rather than an initiator. So they're probably looking more like the Ex-Nova Bane, the other staple, his Witch Doctor and his Bane, I would say his best two heroes.
Yeah, that's the protected lane.
They go back for the partner, of course.
Yeah, has to be.
They lack damage so much, and they definitely needed something like that.
Great versus the two big corners that they showed already, the Enchantress and Terrorblade.
Yep.
This Pugna also works pretty well with Spectre, not like any type of combo, but you're pressuring the lane super hard, so you're alleviating a bit of pressure off your Spectre. You're trying to take towers early on too.
We have seen a lot of Pugna from Thompson, but he can also be flexible depending on the mid-lane goals for playing Pugna with the Earthshaker in the off-lane.
Yeah, it's been an off-lane.
Great point.
As well. So they're looking for position 4, FY. Definitely team fight. They have 0 team fight right now.
I'm liking Clockwork Hero game.
It looks like such a good Clockwork game.
It's amazing. Maybe Winter.
I think I want to push the 4 heroes here. There's Spiritbreaker, Tuskar, Earthspear,
Kebiasaan itu kayak gitu.
Yeah, I was thinking Clock and Tusk. I think Tusk it can be a little annoying versus the Silencer in the mid game, especially if you're going for some type of save. You can put that aggression early on.
But they're definitely not going to keep it, then they do go for that route.
That's a good point. It is the Clockwork.
Clockwork Goblin.
The Clockwork expert over here, March.
No, that's one of my worst heroes. I hate that hero. But...
All right, what are we lacking?
I mean, PSG right now, they're definitely just looking for pickoffs. They don't want to team fight. They want to have the Bane sit like behind the Terror Blade while he's split pushing, then catch like 1 or 2 heroes trying to kill him. But like in team fights right now, they're very inferior, and to be able to fight him, they need a lot of items. They definitely need the BKB on TB. If he gets that, he's pretty much unkillable for them. And that's like the timing they're going to be looking for.
So we need a team fighty maybe hero.
Yeah, or just like a pusher in general, something like a DK, something along those lines.
How
Just
about
something like a pressure.
I'm okay with Lina here. Like Lina just being, I guess, a blind pick going into just a draft.
But Lina is pretty bad against Spectre in the mid game. Like, if he ever jumps on you, you feel pretty uncomfortable.
Take out Queen of Pain.
Yeah, of course, the summon is special. Last pick Quap.
I'm thinking something that can just give them damage in team fight, because LGD's, they lack some damage in the mid game at least.
Yeah,
They've got the impetus and the metamorphosis, but they need something else to be able to go through this Pugna in particular, so I want some spell damage.
Do you have to worry about the Broodmother from Zed? I have seen him play it, but he wasn't that good.
I mean, Brood is always a concern, so I'm not entirely sure how good they are with it.
They ban out
They
Invoker.
ban the Invoker.
So
They are
Ember Spirit could be
expecting-
quite good as well. Maybe Ember.
He gets his Mirana. They've got the Bane, they've got the Clockworker set up as well.
But now it's like all on split push. They're not looking to team fight at all until they get 2 BKBs up.
Mirana is one of the good heroes against Spectre too, where like if you just Moonlight when Spectre uses Soul.
Yeah, there's the instant arc coordinate. So it is going to be that offlane Pugna like you had mentioned.
And isn't Arc Warden really good against Terrorblade and both the Mirana? Like we have seen VG when VG plays against VGJ, it was really good, right?
It's good versus Clockwork too, right? It's a lot harder for the clock to actually find.
Game 3, ready to go. Here to lead you in, it is Professor Nahaz.
Why, thank you, Sheever. I think I'm ready for a game 3. How about you guys? All right. With the first picks in this draft, these teams have put themselves on a little bit of a timer. Enchantress is 10-4 in this tournament in games that end before the 40-minute mark. She has a losing record at 5-7 in over 40-minute games. Spectra, as you would expect, is completely the opposite. She's 8-3 in games that go beyond 40 minutes, only 7-12 in games that end before that mark. We are going to get to see the Ame Terrorblade in this game. 31-8 since TI7. That is the 6th most wins of any player-hero combination in professional Dota. Watch for that early power pressure from Thompson. He has 14 tower kills before the 13-minute mark in this event. That is more than all but 5 teams have in this tournament. Game 3 between the Chinese superpower and the upstart European champions OG. Delivering you all the action, we've got 2 of the most iconic voices in Pro Dota 2. Here are Toby1 and Cinderin.
Thank you very much. You have to correct Shiva as Professor Oak that sends us over. Hello everyone, I cannot wait for this Game 3 to begin. Game 1 and 2 were absolutely awesome. Game 3 looks like we're going to go the distance. Nice late game picks.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see it, but it feels like the game where Terrorblade will not win late game. You look at the other side of the board, and the late game lineup from OG and their team fight is just exceptionally strong. So I don't know if this is a position that Ame has been in a lot on his Terrorblade, where he should maybe have second thoughts about going very late with his TB, because absolutely both lineups have a lot to show in that late game. But as for the early start of the laning stage, you have one lane with Spectra and one lane with Arc Warden, not the absolutely strongest lanes you can have. On the other side, obviously, we saw the Enchantress of Chalice last game. I think Nahaz hit the nail on the head. You're definitely going to see a clash of timings, and LGD will be more skirmish heavy, whereas OG's team fight is quite something. So
OG is already trying to prepare to get the early advantage. I'm seeing 2 Spark Raids just sitting on either side of the top route, and X-Nova's going to tank him up already. Does no one have to deal with that 13 seconds from now? It's all about how many runes you can get, and because there's really only Silencer and Anna's hiding in the trees on the bottom lane, it looks like LGD will claim 3 of the 4 early bounty runes. Nothing like a good start.
And I'm looking forward to seeing this bottom lane. We had in the OG versus EG series, I believe it was, Ana was playing a safe lane Spectre and ended up getting really good farm. I think S4 was on the Enchantress that game and Fly was on Phoenix. and he was playing a safe lane Spectre and got really good farm. So I'm curious to see if LGD will be conceding a lot of farm to Ana as well in this case, or if they can pressure him out. In many ways, this lane is weaker than the Phoenix edge. We'll see. No-Tail was Bane in that game, though. That is worth noting. A lane dominator, probably stronger than Silencer in most cases.
Yeah, but if Silencer can get the harassment out, at least he's got something. And he just can't attack very fast against the Enchantress is his bigger downside. The Bane is up for LGD on the top lane, working with Arme against Seb and the Earthshaker Jirax. So a small change up by having Thompson come off that Pugner and go onto the mid-arc Warden. And he wants a real good matchup up against Somnus. As much harassment as he possibly can get early on. And that bottom lane, this is when observers get worried at TI. How do you see that first blood? Arme on top lane needs minimal
good
to
stomp.
wear off, but then again, you get a double Centaur stomp. This is one way to do it. Nervousness is gone. If that battery assault connected to No-Tail is able to do so, battery assault, he'll wear off. It came back over again. Anna tanked up a little bit, but No-Tail, he'll get away. Only barely though.
FY, I think attack moved the ground and redirected to the Spectre because No-Tail fogged him for a moment. That's a costly mistake. That's first blood not going their way just yet. And they had such a great setup from Chalice there.
And they're going after Chalice on bottom lane. They may just have enough damage, but no. Nature's attendants are there to attend.
FY coming in behind now.
Battery assault, cocks him up. The Centaur can't get through. It's going to time out. So we won't actually be able to get the stomp off. So now it's FY. The No-Tail needs to slow him down, curse him up. So there will be the kill going the way of Chalice. No-Tail cannot harass back to get a rebuttal.
New camp already available for Chalice. We'll be getting the Hellbear Smasher for 45 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to block this up or something. Spectral Dagger flies forward. It's only the last word. 25 HP is still alive.
Yeah, it's going to heal up to full now with the attendants and play aggressive once again. So this time, Ana's not looking too hot in the early laning stage, but still finding some CS.
OG and Nerd. OG just having trouble with the bottom lane, but how's the other lanes looking? 12-2 against Somnus is 10-4, so it's pretty even for Thompson as well as Somnus. And Seb's harassment on top lane has been pretty good as well. Hard to say in that lane where Metamorphosis is down, but that's why they put the Bane up here. It's such a great lane controller. And Arme can find the space to get the CS. Man, FY does not want to let No-Tail anywhere near this. He actually stacks up the camp so they can get a new one for the Enchantress.
Oh, that Wild Wing's actually going to be super annoying. Spectre hates this creep.
No way to deal with it.
Yep, no real way to deal with it. They have no stun. They can maybe get a last word out on the Wild Wing if No-Tail gets vision when it's tornadoing, but doesn't seem likely right now.
Somnus seems to be having a pretty decent time in the mid lane.
It's pretty even.
Got harassed back a little bit more, but hits the arrow, follows up with the Starfall, but Thompson puts down the Spark Wraith, and Somnus can't really do much about that. Then again, same thing on the bottom lane. The Tornado has arrived up on top lane. Seb and Jirax able to combo together to kill off X-Nova. Levels the board up at 1 apiece. But Anna is just in a, well, he's looking a little bit more windblown than he normally is.
Yeah, this is very annoying for him. No-Tail isn't looking too hot either. He's got 2 town portal
Mid
spells.
lane, he's coming in with a battery assault. He's going to try and clog up. This will allow Somnus. He's got a Mango, so he leaps in to the Starfall. They want the quick kill on Thompson. Even the extra Starfall connected for support arriving from No-Tail and Jirax. He has no mana though. He cannot cast the Fissure even though it's off cooldown.
Just a 10 mana short. Tried to use the stick to get enough mana earlier, didn't have it. And now that he got one more stick charge, he was on cooldown, so he couldn't get it. LGD grabbed one, and they got, was that both TPs? I think Shaker and Silencer both TP'd mid to try to help out Thompson, so that's a really big kill.
They got both of them, and now FY is rotating bottom lane. He found an Invis rune in the bottom river. So they're going to try and have a crack towards Anna. Spectral Dagger is up, however. This will make it difficult, but FY with a battery assault. Anna holds the dagger, and the cogs push him up. He cannot walk back. He can only fight or go through the trees to the west. He chose the second option, trying to juke away from the battery assault, but every single one for FY is able to connect.
And this will be 3 or 4 bounty runes. No-Tail, it looks like he's trying to steal away one of the Dyers. It's probably going to cost him his life here.
Yeah, he'll lose his life.
He's going to get it, though.
He doesn't have enough life to actually sustain against FY. Battery Assault comes off cooldown right now, and that's a level 2 Battery Assault. So FY will get the solo kill on the level 4 Silencer. You may have claimed one bounty, but they'll lose the other 3 and the silencer.
Like the play from FY there, choosing to taunt over attacking. A little bit of mental damage.
Well, this is OG. They're the kings of spammers. So they're more voice liners.
Big early lead here though for LGD. Having a 2k gold lead in the laning stage of this game. It's gonna play a big role.
It's a nice little pull over from the Radiant side. Going to pull the Dark Reap Wave down because FY will try and
all over the
capitalize on this.
place.
Finds Jirax. He TP'd up towards the top lane looking for the kill. And the Cos will lock Jirax in. Nothing he can do but die.
He's just looking at him again. Get him, dude.
No. Real men don't look at kills. They just stand there and taunt. And now they can control up the 6-minute rune. Arcane for the top. FY is looking at it, but he doesn't need it. Oh, okay. No time will take
Unfortunate.
it. Denied.
Samus will be wondering what the hell just happened because he's not talking
Jirax
to
cocked up again. FY, he never stops. He just keeps going. Long life battery. X-Nova will find the last hit. And OG.
It's so funny to see, like, we haven't seen Clockwork the whole main event, I think. I think 0 games. It might have been 1, but I don't know. No game comes to mind. And then FY just pulls it out. He is, like, destroying this early game.
It's 100% participation rate.
3-0-3. 6 minutes in. Kills in all 3 lanes. And he can do this because of the matchup bottom being so naturally good for the Enchantress. She doesn't need help. So,
and he's
whatever
going
he
to get the
wants.
Observer Ward in mid. Sure, why not? Buff up FY a little bit more. Wait until he gets to level 6. Wait until the hook shot comes online.
It's very dangerous for Arc Warden to deal with. Especially if you look at a Blade Mail somewhere down the line for FY.
Anna's already left to shrine up. Level 6 has arrived for Chalice. This harassment is going to be a real pain for Anna to deal with. He needs friends, but right now all those friends have moved towards the top lane.
Still though, OG's heroes look pretty good on CS. It's mainly been the bounty runes and the kills that separate the 2 teams right now. Obviously, having to buy that extra bit of regen hurts as well for Ana. He bought so many tangos. Well, he's got his Haunt online now, so OG could be planning a play top.
Oh,
I do think that's exactly what they're going to do.
He can land this Fissure onto X-Nova and then get that quick kill, but Clockwork, here's your rotation once again. FY, always wanting to be involved. You get the Suns over on Seb, Cog block him up, and where's his Spectral Haunt? It ain't coming. They're not finding the fight they were looking for. So OG, they're just going to accept their losses. Someone's even arrived secure over on Seb. There's Jirax's Fissure. Will Arna run to the east. He has TP available. And thanks to the Observer Board, some pretty decent vision.
Oh, they saw him now. Daybreak.
Yeah.
They're not trying the arrow just yet, at least. Samus could try for it if he wants to. Looks like he will just be heading back toward that mid lane. There's a wave coming in, so...
There's actually space getting created.
Oh, Ana, man. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Every time he tries to get a CS, he will take a few hundred damage. Yep, he has to TP back to base to pick up boots. They have to make a Haunt play now.
Yeah, the team needs to work together and just get this kill on top. They need to kill off Ame. They need to kill off the biggest hero that LGD has to offer. Which right now, they have all top 3 net worth positions, so it's a lot of them. Nice Observer Ward from X-Nova. Now they see just how much power in the rotations coming in from OG, but they don't know where Jirax is. They may not care when Ame can just shrine up. There's your Spectral Haunt, looking for the target. It's the Nightmare X-Nova. He delayed the fight nice and quickly, and they still has a level 2 brain sap. Fissure has to cancel this off. They'll sap the life out of Seb, and the rest of the support is now arriving. So Vayne has died, but how much is OG committed in for this one? Seb must fall. So a support for the off lane, and as you said, tier 1 tower being pressured.
TP in toward the mid from FY. He's not level 6 though, so can't go for a hookshot play on Thompson with some backup. So at the very least, Thompson will be able to force him away here, do some damage.
And then level 3 spark rates. FY's going to be careful about him. That's why Thompson is the perfect little triangle wall that blocks out LGD.
You see FY actually tanking up a couple of them on purpose. Has the tranquil boots, so just clearing up the litter in mid lane for a bit.
How long do they wait before OG can actually get something more? Chalice is becoming a real problem, and Thompson's the only one who's moving forward. He's getting closer towards that level 1 Necro.
It's difficult for OG because they don't have cooldowns yet. They have no Haunt, there's no Global, so Silencer's not very strong. Shaker is not strong either. Neither of their supports has boots in this game. 10 minutes in, Jirax and No-Tail are incredibly poor. You look at the Clockwork, he has more net worth than the enemy 2 supports combined.
Yep, that's going to get worse. There's another 2 bounty runes on bottom.
Yep.
LGD were already able to take one on the top lane.
They got 3 again.
Yep, 3 and 1. Decrepify top lane with the drain. Oh, Bane. Nightmare from X-Nova. So hard to go on any target when the Bane's in the neighborhood. Both him and his allies.
Hook going on to Jerax. They're trying to get him his level 6. This means Global Silence is still a full level away. Mid lane.
Yeah, Thompson's got a couple of extra friends, or just one. It's his clone.
It's pretty convenient against Flux to just have a Kobold. It's running next to you.
It'll tank up everything. And give you the movement speed. Clone will now die off, and the pressure will continue. Ball up on top lane, Seb. It's gone from bad to worse for him. 1-3, and FY has gone from, well, great to greater. 4-0-5.
I don't think we don't see much roaming nowadays, and I think this is the single hands down best roaming performance of the whole tournament that FY is pulling out this game. He's doing everything right. All the right movements, all the right decisions, target selection. Looks like he's gonna find another one.
No tell under the tower. FY can do no wrong. Keeping the 100% rate up nicely. Jirax, he's got Echo Slam available. He needs to let it go. The damage will spill out so heavily into Somnus. The Fidget's unavailable too. But Chalice has the Sprite, so he'll survive.
Well, it's something for OG. It's nice that Jerax gets that kill, so maybe he can get a Blink Dagger. Before the 20-minute mark, if some more good things happen, still really far away, still 2 towers do fall in favor of LGD. There are now 3 towers up, top 3 net worths.
FY's got a hook shot in 4, 3, 2, 1. He wants to let it rip. There's already the
Horn Illusion.
The Horn Illusion cancels it off. Seb will have a little bit to fight with, but they're both locked inside the comp. No tell the best position here. They can now turn on to FY. He's worth so much. No stunts, no nothing, no kill.
Damn, that was really fortunate from OG. I don't think that was intended, that they were like, oh, there's definitely a clockwork gonna hook shot in, so we'll just harm.
Chalice wants to go 1-on-3. Will move in close. No tell, so much damage from the Impetus. And Chalice knows he can stand his ground and fight. Anna cannot fight back. Chalice just way too much damage. So
Somnus on the way.
has to put the last word on the Somnus. Here comes the arrow, the Nightmare from X-Nova. It's as classic as old time. They get the kill on the Jirax. The simplest setup of all, and another Impetus. He's not in range. But Somnus is double leap with the Starfall and the double damager. And Anna, one chance available. He'll get the life. And Somnus.
Jerax was hoping the tip would deal damage. It did not this time.
This is not mutation. FY is looking again for more targets. Seb gonna find him. Decrepify and Blast. You got the TP coming in from the ES, and they hope you would run north. You'll run south. FY. OG.
They saw
Another
it now.
Easter egg hunt. They found the egg. FY with the cogs pushing back Jirax. But he's got friends. Armmate. No Metamorphosis available. But a TP Chalice is coming to the fight.
Seb working on the 4 staff. He's closing in on that. That's one very big item that OG need to probably get multiple off. Hook shot miss.
Eyeball. Seb now.
Still in trouble though.
He's in real trouble. Jirax needs to land a Fissure to help him out. It's all going to come a little bit too late. As Thompson puts down the spark rate, still no visual line that Jirax could see that would be any real change. Apart from doing a bit of damage, Somnus, arrow towards the top lane. Grief barely tanks it up. Anna was walking
really
back
close.
into that, but his bottom lane where they're fighting once again. The Fissure is out. This time the damage onto the clockwork. They have nowhere near enough. They actually cannot get past Chalice. But this will help. Anna TP's over. Spectral Dagger flying after the Enchantress. 2-0-1 on Chalice. They want to get the kill. FY's in the neighborhood. Cogs available. And he'll actually pull off the Cogs, taking the regeneration rune and destroying the chance for OG to fight.
This OG lineup can't really kill a Hood and Druid now. I think they need to combine 3 or 4 heroes to stand a chance. They need Thompson and maybe even a Global Silence to get it. When he gets the 4 staff, it's actually just feels impossible for them to kill him. So Chalice can put so much pressure on the map.
And they're bringing in the extra help. FY. Inu was deep-warded on the hillside. They kind of need to have an observer ward up there too. No target to smoke up. Clockwork's already backed off. Hook shot. Looks. And then pulls out twice. Refusal at the gate.
And OG are baiting. They're really hoping for a fight here so that they can activate their Echo Slam. Without a dagger, it's very difficult for Jerax to find an opportunity against Clockwork. So they're hoping that they are going to run into them.
X-Nova putting the sentry
Protecting
ward
their
down.
bounties.
Sees Thompson for half a second. Doesn't like it. Not with the Ancient Prowlers there.
It's 3 runs for LGD again.
Yeah.
They get 3 every single iteration, so just keep building that advantage. Keep finding that farm.
Thompson is still keeping up a little bit. Like he's just finished up the Hand of Midas, needs to come out in the courier. He got a level 1 Necro book so he could fight earlier on and farm faster too.
He also doesn't have boots.
He also doesn't have boots, but
Oh,
hey,
he's probably going to buy it soon, I would imagine.
go the Weaver style.
No tail got boots before Thompson.
Anna may be in a bit of trouble. Low on life. As TP scroll available, goes into the trees, but Clockwork Rocket sees him clearly, and this will allow X Nova. Fiend's Grip committed. Global Silence will break him free. Anna has to go deeper into the trees. TP is available. It's a big ability to burn, but when you miss the hook shot, Anna can now TP out safely. Wastes a bit of time, but up on top. Nortel? No, he doesn't find Somnus.
FY has to fully just guess in this situation. He doesn't have a rocket flare to scout with, so he's just trying his luck. If that hook shot hits, maybe he can grab the kill on Ana.
Seb, he's waiting. He just wants the tower in the trees. X Nova doesn't see him. Moonlight Shadow down, but Seb will claim the tower. It's good money, his position, and yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Not dead. Really not dead. TP's out.
Somnus was not in range to get an arrow off in time, so this TP's out after Nightmare.
Yeah.
He knew there was no grip. It was used for the kill attempt bottom.
I'll find Jirax instead. Moving over underneath the shrine. They got the life, but looks like Thompson wants to try and fight. He's got his Necro book up in 7 seconds time. Chalice trying to run back out, but the spark race there. The arrow just threads the needle of OG. Chalice will finally fall. Anna, the man to find the kill. Spectral Haunt gets back into the engagement. Somnus is so low. And X Nova, he'll walk into the spark race, but it won't matter. Seth just explodes him with a nether blast. And LGD, why does this keep happening in this series? It's just 10 minutes into the game. The dive comes real, and the advantage starts to swing.
Yeah, Ana is starting to come online. He has the urn. He's close to Yasha. We'll be going for that Manta style first. On this is kind of the first stage of the game when FY was just flat out showing in a lane for a while. So OG felt very confident knowing that Clockwork couldn't connect. He was farming the bottom wave. And Enchantress, she felt immortal. Said it was going to take 3 or 4 heroes to kill her. They brought them.
Yep.
And just barely got him, by the way. It was close to living against all 4.
It looks like LGD is slowing up the pace of the game now. Ame's trying to farm up towards his BKB. Somnus, he's got the Maelstrom, and he's the one that can actually add the pressure. Somnus actually low. Anna has no urn charges available. FY, however, surprisingly enough, has a whole bunch. Hook shots, heading hits. Connects onto Anna. No Spectral Dagger available. Anna will have to fight back out again. The arrow flies forward. Anna barely misses it. Nortel, Global Silence on cooldown in 2 seconds time. Anna will make his break into the tree line, but he cannot survive long enough. No Maelstrom procs. And LGD find the kill. But I still worry that LGD had the bigger issue. It's the Arc Warden. It's the mass amounts of Necro books that can come later on. He's going for the Maelstrom with the Hand of Mice. He has boots, so hey, success.
Yeah. At the very least, they have an Enchantress to deal with it to an extent.
Yeah. Just to steal a couple of those Necro units, or one.
Yeah, well, if you have the high-level enchant, it's a 10-second cooldown. So, you can definitely mess with the Arc Warden quite a bit. But for now, Thompson's keeping it level 1. We'll see if he even wants to level it up later. You imagine he will. But wants to optimize his farming, and obviously Maelstrom is the better farming item. He's closing in on it now. He actually has it.
Without quoting the stamp for like how much money was it? There was a lot of cash that was given over.
10k, I think.
Yeah, 10,000 gold from just Necro units.
I believe there was also a Lycan who had a Necro book in that game, so made it a bit more extreme. But yeah, the game is definitely slowing down, and OG they're gaining gold. The question is how valuable the gold is from a fighting perspective. I still think OG's biggest strength is when they get this Blink Dagger on Shaker, which is suddenly within reach, 200 gold away.
Yeah.
Jerax, he's got a lot of space, so
He's going to farm up the bottom lane. Maybe
it'd be a
another
great
reason
kill
why
now.
X Nova's on a bit of a smoke mission. But he'll come underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. Tops him. That's the real one too. There ain't no clone. 6 seconds of the clone is up, but they'll need more help. X Nova can do nothing about this. And TP up bottom lane. Jirax gets the Blink Dagger and escapes Chalice. So the team fight item for OG has now arrived. X Nova, I think he actually put that sentry ward down at the last second, so OG did actually see him and that. There was a lot of pings that came out quickly. So they'll look for that vision later on.
what else we're looking for is BKBs. So Mirana closing in on hers. Terrorblade has it in 100 gold. That's when LGD's lineup becomes a lot stronger. It's a very good spike for them in terms of just fighting capabilities. OG's lineup has nothing on BKBs.
Yeah.
This Arc Warden item build well, later on, if he keeps going the physical route, he'll be able to deal with it. But for now, nobody in BKB should die from LGD.
Terraplay's the first one to finish it. Needs the courier to bring it out to him, and the top lane's already been pressured. LGD not in the perfect position to defend it. They have fortification, so that will at least delay things and allow Chalice to push the bottom lane. Steals the Radiant Catapult. That'll be the tier 2 tower for the tier 1 tower. It's a straight trade-off. LGD will still be happy with this.
I think OG are okay with it too. They're buying time.
You said they got the better late game, right? So as long as they can survive.
Depends. Both lineups are a sick late game. I think it just doesn't feel like a clear-cut Terrorblade will do great late in this one. So there are a lot of solutions on the Radiant side for this Terrorblade. Everything from Aghanim's Pugna to Echo Slam to Arc Warden.
Of these Necro units. Ame sees the cash and goes for it. 100 gold apiece.
No-Tail knows where Clockwork is, saw the rocket trajectory. They'll be playing very defensively behind this tier 2 tower. It feels like just a matter of time before LGD try to make their aggressive move. The question is what they're waiting for. If they want the 25-minute bounty runes, if they want to try to grab the Roche with the BKB of Somnus.
Roshan does sound nice, but you need to start bringing down the towers. OG don't want to wait. They've had enough of this. They got Ana with Spectral Horn available.
They can't kill this Ench without using Echo Slam?
Yep.
I don't think so.
On Thompson, ready to push forward, using his clone. With full of attendance, but OG do not want to commit. It's kind of funny to watch Chalice steal a creep, but then it gets minus out pretty quickly after.
They found Ana.
Yeah, Nightmare into Arrow. Help must come, but help is nowhere near. LGD, a huge pickoff once again, finding Ana outside the base.
Just went out one wave too far in this situation. LGD have such an iron grip on this Radiant jungle.
You got your answer for Thompson. It's not the Necrobook level up, it's full Mjolnir is his item of choice.
Yeah, trying to find a solution for this incoming Terrorblade swarm of illusions. Of course, can't just put it defensively on the Spectre. Pretty strong.
It's also a great side lane push. BTs are queued up next. So the clone can add a lot of momentum, which LGD are not really that great at countering. And they're great at countering heroes like Nature's Prophet. You're able to just jump around with the Clockwork, get information, but it's a little bit harder. Here comes OG. Clone will be created. They look towards Roshan. He's down to 3.5k. Spectral Horn is up. And X-Nova. Here comes the Spectral Horn to the front lines. Thompson using the clone inside. And the Echo! Durax! He got the jump! The perfect hit! Thompson's got the double kill! They've just got the numbers! That's what happens when you can clone yourself. FY, he's trapped inside the clogs, but his OG will willingly trapped in there with him. LGD in real trouble. Ana has the double kill. The buyback comes in from FY.
And
Is he going to pull it off? He
felt
cannot.
like they were waiting for the BKBs. Terrorblade has his, doesn't use it. Mirana, 700 gold away from hers, can't use it. And OG just find the most important fight of the entire game. 5-0 fight and a buyback from FY.
Is that the engagement that puts OG into the TI8 Grand Finals? It's a huge swing.
It is a
It's gonna be
really
coming
big swing.
their way. LGD were at about a 7,000 net worth advantage. This is already coming down to about 0, and we'll watch it again. It starts off X-Nova initiated on, and how much did LGD burn on Thompson's just clone?
They just walk out in the middle of the river. FY doesn't seem to be able to find an angle at all with the Clockwork. And finally, when he does in the end, it's way too late. Terrorblade in this situation, I think Ame just really out of position, just walking in there. They present themselves for an easy killing for OG. And now I think LGD just will be slowing down again. It feels unlikely for them to find the type of fight that they'll need. Need to wait for that BKB on Mirana. And hopefully for them, OG will make an aggressive play that they can counteract.
Ana, he's now finished up Manta, looking towards Radiance, becoming that late game carry that the spec wants to be. And all the money for the Arc Warden, and he is definitely, it's just that level 1 Necrobook is purely for farming. He's got Hurricane Pike queued up as his next primary item. A lot of push, a lot of shove, and the 25-minute rune's being battled for. It'll be a 2-2 trade-off.
For the first time in this game, OG breaking even on bounty runes, it feels like. They might have done it once, but
Chalice comes in, sentry's down, that was confidence, but FY hooks him behind, but he can't do anything else. Global Silence comes up, so Blade Melt makes OG think twice about initiating onto FY, but they bring the support. LGD just wanted a quick pick, but Seb chasing after FY, a perfect nightmare from X-Nova, disengages the attack of the Pugna.
I actually think LGD got what they wanted. I think they were hoping to bait out a Global Silence in this situation, and now that it's down, they might be able to find a fight. Seb,
Yep, the
No
Mechanic will
detection.
protect him. There's still Spectral Haunt if they want to bring Anna in, and with the Echoes, then they'll do exactly that. Jirax, my God, he's good. Looking to chase after the Enchantress, draining her out. She'll be away to safety. The Sprite's giving her some health. Anna wants to dive. He's got Nagus Immortal and a desire to kill the Arrowfly Spawn. He'll dodge it. Everyone will dodge it. Another Decrepify and Blast with the Fissure. Is there a drain? They have nothing. It's on cooldown for the moment. But OG, a lot of pressure being applied towards the mid. They want to go
Terrorblades
for
in.
Blink Dagger from Arme, looking for the kill. He can't go into the Pugna. He can go up no down. Now Pugna. The Decrepify wears off.
they
The
missed the
attack.
arrow.
He doesn't actually see him. The Glimmercape protects him out. The arrow doesn't connect, but they're looking for more. Anna, he's low on life. He's got the Aegis, the Immortal. That's life number 1. And being surrounded so heavily by LGD, this is life number 2.
I think this is the second game we've seen on the main stage where Terrorblade picks up a Blink Dagger and just wins the team fight off it. It's this surprise of getting jumped by that really, really strong, slow reflection, 5.5 second duration. Just runs them down and gets the kills. And obviously a key to this fight, similar to last game, OG with ultimates on cooldown. They had no Haunt, they had no Echo Slam, and they had no Global Silence. So when that's the case, LGD will try to strike and take an advantage. And OG probably just overstepping their boundary, really. When these spells are on cooldown, I don't even think they can push towers.
They felt confident. They want to go for it. It looks like a lot of emotion in the booth. When you're this close, both teams a victory away from the grand final. Sometimes the momentum just gets the better of you. We'll slow it up again. Arc Warden can add the pressure on top. If only he could finish his BT. FY actually kills the creep. He was trying to send the clone to, but let's look at this fight once more. In the mid, the blink forward from Arme. No Tal and Seb are just non-factors. It was still a great Glimmercape at the very end that allowed Seb to survive.
Thompson in the middle of nowhere just got killed off. Ana tries to escape, but is not able to. That could have gone even worse for OG. They were close to losing their Pugna too.
Yep.
But they minimized the casualties to at least only be 3.
This is what LGD needed to try and just swing the momentum around once more. This graph is just, it's arcing to say the least. And it's not even just the goal one, it's the experience one that swings up, then back down again. No one has control of this series. Everyone defensive. Mandasar pushes out the bottom for the Spectre. Seb's the only one who's kind of putting himself in a risky position for OG. He's got Glimmercape and Force-Staff to get away, and he's now looking for a Dagon build-up too. They want to nuke, they want to kill. They need to put the fear into the Terrorblade.
Ana, he has used his dagger.
He's got Manta in 1 second time though.
I think Ame would have maybe, he didn't have meta. He was 3 seconds off. I think he might have even tried for that kill if he had it.
Battery Assault, you hear it going off again. Clockwork found his target, it's No-Tel. Brains out from X-Nova, kill secures it. Thompson wants to help out, putting down the Sprites. A lot of damage to come from him. Seb pushed away with the bubble from Thompson. Protection available, and the Spectral Haunt, they need the vision, they need that moment. Where do they go? Somers and Arme so quick to run around the side. Thompson again with the boy in the bubble scenario. Arme will just be right on top of it. Thompson walking away as far as he can. The arrow won't connect, but the rest of the damage will. Jirax blows the Echo Slam on just FY. I say just FY, he's still 5 on 15, but now they don't have that. And LGD, they want the extra kill. Seb in the trees, the damage, the rocket reveal, and well, Arme just turns around. Says he can't claim it.
Still a good fight for LGD there. They managed to, especially the kills on Thompson are really important. He is so much of the Radiant net worth. Big kills to get. He was starting to pull ahead of Ame on net worth, but now Ame will be overtaking him by about 1,500.
Oh,
Down bottom. Easy grab from Mirana. And Ana, he's still making progress, closing in on that Radiance, so couldn't really connect on the Haunt. at the very least didn't die.
Oh, look,
For now.
follow the illusions.
Oh!
Oh no! He feed strip on the illusions! They nightmare at least Anna, but X-Nova dies almost instantly. The arrow will be off target. They have to get a hook shot. F5's got the sun control. Anna trying to run through the trees, doesn't have the life to survive. He'll go down. Meanwhile in mid, the pressure is coming. Thompson, he'll respawn now, so maybe, yeah, he's TPing forward. And Ame can look at him. He's got a lot of strength to work with. That Reaper sitting on the Terrorblade. Because it's just the clone. And Charles is out of mana.
And he almost has heart.
Yeah, he does.
Ame's really far. This is a unique build to see. I don't think we very often see Terrorblades go for heart in this position. Most of the time it is the Eye of Scotty or Butterfly. But valuing that HP reset in the fight, obviously a lot of health coming out from this item.
Does he have to go pure damage now? Like, he looks pretty cluttered in his item. Like, you've got Dragonlance in there, he's going Butterflies the next one.
Yeah, I think he should go
But what are you starting to replace? Seb trying to go for the solo kill up on top, and now TP support's coming in. The Arc Warden wants to help out. Global Silence will arrive, and Thompson looking for the engagement, but Seb, he is toast. Absolutely toast. One quick brain Seb will finish the job. And it's just the Thompson clone that puts up the fight against the rest of LGD, but it puts up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it's really strong. Thompson is very farmed in this game, and of course Arc Warden with that pretty ridiculous 3 strength gain. When you hit these high levels and the health talent at 15, pretty tanky.
Do you go the 30%?
This game. It's just in general a really good talent line. I would imagine he does prioritize lifesteal in this one though. Has to be able to stand a man fight. The Terrorblade will blink inside his bubble and try to fight him. There will be a clockwork hook shot again too.
Well, Terrorblade's trying to do that exact thing to the clone on top. Quick Hurricane Plank away. Thompson gets to fight a little bit longer, even an extra Spark Wraith. Being a problem to
I got it,
but, yeah.
Oh, it's so close. Takes packs like last second. We'll claim that little bit of a bounty. Clockwork.
Feels like LGD still have better control of the map. Yeah, the clones are pushing in the top lane, but the runes, the camps,
And they have
don't
these
seem
two
to belong
really
to
good
LGD.
aggressive wards. It's the top warding from LGD that is allowing them to play like this. They cover all movement into the top lane from OG will be super obvious unless they use a smoke. And I think OG are just kind of limited on smoking options. They don't seem to have any on them right now. Not on the courier, so they're very much locked in place inside their base for now.
And actually, okay, so he's
Getting his
keeping-
Radiance.
He is. He's so close to it, but
That also means a reflection illusion that has Radiance though.
yes. Problematic for OG if you're trying to find, like, you just have to buy Monkey King bars no matter what. But that's not the build that Arc Warden's going for. He's trying to get a Manta style of his own. Moonlight, this all out X-Nova to close the distance. No tail. Oh, I was so close to cancelling. The hook shot forward. Arrow follow-up. Thompson's in trouble. Down for 75 seconds. Anna is nudging in the bottom lane, so there may be a small consolation prize for OG in the form of the Tier 1 tower. And the Radiance has now arrived on Anna. But LGD, they're coming down mid. And they're taking top. They got such great split damage.
The Roshan is up in 40 seconds. That will be shortly before Thompson spawns, fortunately for OG.
Ame blinks! Right after Seb, into the middle of the base. Seb has to grip a fight quickly, but Ame, he doesn't want to stop. He's still got Metamorphosis. They're going to beat into the Tier 3 tower. That's one of those moments. You just want to force the buyback. You want to force the Global Silence. Buyback is there. Global Silence still being held as LGD retreat.
Big win for them. If Thompson dies again, it's so hard for them to defend their base. I don't think they have enough damage to kill a Terrorblade without the arc.
OG coming. They actually want to fight. Fisher catching the Marauder. They got the Dagon, but Somnus bursts the BKB. That's the 9-second one down. Spectral on, which is the target. Where do you want to go? It ain't towards Somnus. It's over towards Chalice. Stranded over next to the shrine. He's looking for a push out. Hurricane Pike's available. He'll get down. Anna will follow. Nightmare again. Disabling Seb. Fisher stunned from Jirax. F-Wise trapped there, but no, he's not. He's got the Hulk away. The attacks will follow through. F-Wise will TP up for anyone else can follow. The Observable throwing down, but now OG with Bane dead and no hook shot available, and Clockwork all the way back at base. They want to go for Roshan, but that's top battling through the Spark Race.
This fight is really hard for LGD. They got to be careful. They have no metamorphosis.
Ame, that heart, he's got so much life. Anna wants to finish the job. Roshan's still being brought down. Somnus will arrive for the fight. The arrow, Anna, well, he's stunned up for the moment. Now the impetus damage from Chalice, but no, Jarrett! He hits the stun! He'll get a pop down at least, but the buybacks are coming in thick and fast. Arme's BKB will wear off in a second. FY wants to fight. Hook shot forward into Thompson, trying to push him out of the comp. He can't do so. FY blatant out makes it difficult to engage, but not for Anna. He's happy with this
the
one.
FKB.
FY can't survive. Thompson survives. Chalice will not. The blast was there from Seb. Buybacks. How much can you burn? Hotter than a curry. Here comes LGD into the Roshan. They're going to claim it. Where is the support? Where's the follow-up? They can't blink. Actually, there's a blink to fissure. It won't come in time. Aegis the Immortal. It belongs to LGD.
It costs them, but not that much actually. They're 8k gold ahead still. I believe their advantage before that was 10. Anna with the buyback.
Oh, buybacks, Mirana, Enchantress, Clock for LGD. And it was Anna and Thompson from the other side, but Thompson looking for the kill onto Ame. Ame, he'll actually burn the cheese to get the life up. Marwa bottom lane, X-Nova is the nightmare. Fiend Script's up too. But so is Anna. He'll arrive, and X-Nova, you do not stand a chance. Maybe with a little bit of help. FY, hook shots forward. Ame is there to fight. Something's still available. Anna will go up. Jirax, he wants to try and help out the fissure. We'll get this on the template. Keeping him out of the fight. And Somnus, he'll looking for Anna. He'll find the damage. No! He turned around! He attacked the wrong unit! They'll escape. Seven's on the run back out, but Jirax leaping forward. He's got the Aghanim Temper over on this ES. A lot more maneuverable. Thompson's got that a little bit, got the clone there to help. But Jirax into the trees. One more jump. He wants to go for a TP scroll. And Ame wants to go for a berry. He's leaving.
Oh, that play from Somnus. If he would have got the Spectre, that would have been 6 minutes without buyback still for Anna. The biggest possible kill he could have found. But OG just barely get Anna out of there. They find 2 kills of their own. It is only the supports, but still buying time. The cheese was expended, as you mentioned, so only the Aegis remains as a true advantage here for LGD. They also used Metamorphosis, so now there's a bit of downtime where maybe OG will try to look for a fight. They have Echo and Globe already. And Haunt is 60. Yep. No one.